to emphasize that on many fronts between now and the finish, whether Americans really want to go back, as she puts it, to all of the other elements that come with electing Trump, other than the thought that eggs might be cheaper at the grocery store.
Ron, what do you think has prompted this shift in strategy for them? Because I think when she took over at the top of the ticket, they wanted to make a break from the way Biden had been painting this as kind of a dark potential future, and instead embrace this kind of joy and the way she was presenting herself. Is it just the polling, or what do you think is driving it?
Well, first of all, I think that, most political professionals say it was rational and appropriate for them to focus primarily on introducing her, establishing her credentials, laying out more of her vision to the public. The problem is that may be only able to take you so far, given that most Americans, particularly most Americans across racial lines without a college degree, like the women that we are talking about, we were talking about a moment ago, think that the economy worked better for them under Trump than under Biden. Biden had a lot of economic accomplishments, but as we talked about, inflation has clouded those or eclipsed those for most people. So if you're simply going to be in a conventional who is better for my bottom line, that is very hard for Harris to win that election. But when voters were actually leaders to lead the Trump economy, that many now say is better than the Biden economy, his approval rating never reached 50%. Only president ever in the never reached 50%. And the reason for that is, as we were saying, there's a lot else that went along with the Trump presidency, the division, the chaos, the constant conflict. And so, as you see the retrospective job approval rise, I think that's the canary in the coal mine, that all of those elements of the Trump presidency that prevented people from endorsing and supporting him in the first place are fading in memory. And I think certainly there are many Democrats who think that you simply have to remind more voters about what is fully entailed in this. Look at those non-college voters that we're talking about. They tend to think Trump is better on security. They tend to think Trump is better on the economy, but they are deeply worried about the division and the vehemence of what he is talking about immigrants. That is the push and pull on those voters, and I think on many other voters. And that is something that Harris, I think, is still considering last night, that she's going to try to activate more between now and the finish line. A little bit like Ron Paul in 1996, America.
No, it's just a one down, two forty, 21. So great to have you connected. Really sit out. Okay. Coming up here after the break, we're close down to the election is basically tied. The world's top headlines with some of the world's biggest players.
Stories that captivate from two unique perspectives. Zayn and Ship and Beyond Rodrigo use their extensive experience to cover global news with passion and intellect.
Così si avevano rispondere a me. Do you think that this case brought by South Africa was warranted?
One World with Zayn Asher and Beyond Rodrigo tonight on CNN. This time from Living Golf, an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at Wentworth Club, one of England's most prestigious golf destinations.
Golf has got a reputation for holding snarling people.
Plus, Jazzy sees up with A-listers from on and off the course at the BMW PGA Championship.
Well, fantastic, again, it's not just golf.
Living Golf, Saturday on CNN, in association with Golf Saudi.
It's the European marketplace that's constantly evolving.
We're all in this together.
From the energy sector,
Leisure investment.
technology,
This is the next generation computing.
and the latest in luxury.
What we're doing is world class.
And you all launched the classics on a plastic world. I'm Anna Stewart, and I'm Claire Sebastian. Join us for Marketplace Europe.
Sunday on CNN.
I want to be out there and be able to share my voice. So many people have sacrificed before us, so long as it's still in their faces, we don't take the time to show our kids that they have these rights.
That was early voting 4 years ago in Georgia, when the state saw a record 130,000 people turn out to vote in person. This year, candidates are hoping to see the same level of enthusiasm. Today, Trump is going to participate in a Fox News town hall in Cumming, Georgia, before he gives remarks in Atlanta. Democrats sent Bill Clinton to rural Georgia over the past 2 days in an effort to drive up their margins in areas well beyond the crucial Atlanta suburbs.
If you look at all these recent Georgia elections, they've all been close because we fought hard. There have been some new innovative efforts in that regard, trying to rig the rules away from it. But you did well. We won in 2020. We did it because, not just because we did well in Atlanta, but because where there was an opportunity anywhere outside of Atlanta, we punched above.
All right, joining us now, former Republican Lieutenant Governor of Georgia, Jeff Duncan, he was first backing Kamala Harris for president this November. Jeff, always grateful to have you on the program. Thank you so much for being here. I'm interested to know where you think things stand in Georgia as early voting opens there. In terms of, you have launched an effort to try to convince many of your fellow Georgians that Donald Trump would be an unacceptable person to send back to the Oval Office. What are you hearing from your friends, from your neighbors, especially as we see these national polls tighten in a way to suggest that Trump is in position potentially to win this election, or at least as likely to as Harris is?
Yeah, no doubt this is going to be a close election. I think obviously we've all predicted that, and I'm starting to see that come out. Voter intensity in the urban areas is going to be strong, and in the rural areas, I think this is going to come down to the suburbs and what type of intensity do they show up and vote. Where I'm sitting here today is about 2 miles as the crow flies from where Donald Trump's going to be later today for his town hall. There's a lot of attention being paid. And look, I think what I hear is this whisper caucus of Republicans, lifelong Republicans like myself, that are just sick and tired of making excuses for Donald Trump. If they decide to just simply make a point and not vote for Donald Trump at the top of the ballot, then there's a high likelihood that Donald Trump probably wins. If they end up showing up and voting for Harris against the grain, I think there's a strong chance that she wins. And for me, that heartburn feels like it's loud enough now that I think Harris ends up winning this race.
Jeff, can I ask you just your evaluation of how Harris is doing on the trail? We've seen her shift tactics here, strategy in recent days, where she is now taking on Trump more aggressively, more directly. She went so far yesterday as to about the enemy within and the way we talked about the National Guard and the military.